On The Bold and the Beautiful, tomorrow, August 5th, 2025, Eric has Ridge racing against time, and Finn has Grace's heart racing. We've got the photo spoilers for what's coming up. On The Bold and the Beautiful, Finn knows that something is up with Dr. Grace Buckingham and her sudden million-dollar miracle cure that no one else in the medical world had heard of, nor is she willing to share. Finn might not know much, but he knows enough to sense that she's keeping a secret, and it's time for him to demand the truth. Speaking of the truth, over in Italy, Eric just landed a truth bomb on his son, Ridge, when he shared that he saw Nick and Brooke kissing, and he spotted Nick with an engagement ring in his hand. Suspecting that Nick is considering proposing to Brooke, Eric has to light a fire under Ridge to get him to understand that he is about to lose Brooke forever if he doesn't do something quickly. Let's see what's coming up on tomorrow's episode. Finn has had enough of Grace's avoidance of him and the issue of Liam's miracle surgery. Physicians don't just discover cancer-curing procedures, tell no one, and don't do follow-ups with their patients or further testing. Additionally, they don't take $1 million and just clam up. Finn remembers how far Grace's husband, Reese, went to pay his gambling debts years ago and how much pain it caused for Steffi, Hope, and Liam. He also knows those incisions on the back of Liam's head weren't for the type of brain surgery Grace claims she performed. Tomorrow, Finn accuses Grace of lying. Will she admit it? Meanwhile, at the Spencer mansion, Hope visits Liam. With Finn being so concerned, will Liam start to question his procedure too? Or trusting the woman who was married to the doctor who ruined their lives? Or is Liam still stressing that his dad spent $1 million on him? On his boat in Naples, Nick is ready to propose to Brooke. He has whisked her away for an afternoon of promised adventure. But there's one pesky problem: Ridge. As Nick and Brooke sail off to new horizons, Ridge races through the city to get to the marina in time to stop them. Will he make it in time? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Soap Spectrum. I'm Emily here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. Here are the bold and the beautiful spoilers and what to watch moments for Wednesday, August 6th, 2025. In the sun-drenched playground of the Mediterranean, Ridge Forrester has once again proven he's more than just a fashion titan. What began as a leisurely trip took a dramatic turn, culminating in a jaw-dropping rescue that sent shockwaves through Naples. Sources say the splashy save involved a dangerous situation on the high seas, with Ridge acting decisively and bravely without regard to his safety. Still, these are things we do for destiny. While details are still emerging, one thing is clear. Ridge's heroic actions have not only saved a life, but have also set a course for yet another confrontation. This is because in Wednesday's episode, Ridge makes a splashy save in the Mediterranean. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, the drama is reaching a fever pitch. Finn is reeling after a stunning confession from Grace Buckingham that could shatter everything he thought he knew. Grace's words have opened up a Pandora's box of secrets, leaving Finn questioning, facing an impossible choice. The revelation has put him on a collision course with those closest to him, and the fallout promises to be explosive because in Wednesday's episode, Finn is stunned by Grace's confession. What exactly did Grace reveal that has left Finn so stunned? Was the surgery a lie? Was there never any sign of a mass on Liam's brain? Bill is going to want answers, as there was a $1 million price tag to go along with this deception. Ridge's miracle save in the Mediterranean might be just the thing to change the narrative on this storyline. But for whom? People at home in LA aren't even aware that their lives are changing too. The answers to these questions are poised to change everything for the families involved. The next few weeks will be a roller coaster of emotion, intrigue, and life-altering decisions. Stay tuned, soap fans. As the tension peaks, we are a long way from being done. Ridge will never stop caring about Brooke, but can he change the course of his life for the better without her? Things get intense on B&B. The bold and the beautiful must-watch moments for Wednesday, August 6th include Finn being stunned by Grace's confession. Plus, Ridge manages to make a splashy save in the Mediterranean. Brace yourself for a thrilling episode where past decisions create dramatic consequences. Tune in to CBS or Paramount Plus to see how your favorite characters navigate the fallout. Suspicion surrounded Grace as Finn began to doubt her truthfulness about Liam's brain tumor. Several people shared his concerns, questioning whether Grace had been fully honest about everything. Although Grace's secretive $1 million treatment supposedly worked, curing Liam, the unusual circumstances raised more questions than answers. Finn dug more into the situation, which led to Grace deleting Liam's medical records. Clearly, Finn was onto something. Across the ocean in Italy, Brooke and Ridge were locked in a battle of wills. Their time together was a constant struggle due to Ridge's engagement to Taylor. Ridge's frustration reached a boiling point after learning about Brooke's kiss with Nick. In a sharp retort, Brooke reminded Ridge that his place was with Taylor. Nick, meanwhile, was determined. He had arrived in Italy with a ring, and Eric was desperately trying to intervene. Eric warned Ridge not to let the proposal happen, and also told Nick not to go through with it. Despite these clear warnings from his father, Nick remained undeterred. Ridge raced to try to stop Nick before he proposed. Of course, Nick and Brooke were on a boat as Ridge tried to find them. Here's the B&B recap of what happened on the Bold and the Beautiful on Monday, August 4th, 2025. At the fountain, Brooke told Ridge she was waiting there for Nick, not him. Ridge said he wanted her to know he was a jerk when she took his CEO position during the coup. He tried to accept full responsibility for the way he acted, but he never meant to cause her pain. He reminded her that they knew since the day they met that they would always be in each other's lives, and that he never meant to cause her pain because he loved her. Brooke agreed she'd always love him too, but asked if that was all he came to say. I'm sorry for the misunderstanding of what you did. I'm sorry I hurt you, I really am," Ridge gushed. He didn't want her to doubt that he cared about her. Brooke assured Ridge that she knew that, but wanted to know what he really came to say. Ridge took off his sunglasses, but before he could speak, Nick interrupted and led Brooke away. Eric took a call from Donna while in his hotel room and told her that Nick was in town and going to destroy his dream of reuniting Ridge and Brooke. Donna was aghast when Eric explained that Nick knew what he wanted and was determined to pursue Brooke, that he saw him with an engagement ring, and that he even saw the two of them kissing. Donna wondered if Ridge knew. Eric said he needed to find Ridge right away, and Donna adamantly agreed. At the Spencer mansion, Bill repeated to Liam how glad he was that he was going to be okay. Finn walked in the front door with his medicine bag. He was glad that Liam got a change of scenery by coming to the living room, but didn't want him to push it either. Bill regaled the miracle Liam experienced, expressing gratitude for Dr. Grace Buckingham. Finn shared that he had questions, marveled at the medical miracle that Grace pulled off, and wondered why he wasn't aware of it. Bill shrugged that Liam was possibly the first patient of the medical breakthrough, and they were just lucky that Grace knew of it. Liam didn't care that he was a trial case, and Bill was happy that he paid Grace $1 million to do it. Finn was shocked. "You paid $1 million for Liam's surgery?" Bill said he would have paid $100 million for his son to be cured. Finn wanted to know who the money went to, but Bill wasn't sure. He explained that in normal circumstances, he would have known every detail, but time was of the essence, and all he could think about was saving his son, so his assistant did the transaction. Finn couldn't help but laugh at the audacity of the situation. Liam noted the irony of it that, after everything that had happened with the Buckingham family, it was Grace who saved him. Finn recalled how Grace's husband, Reese, stole Beth as a newborn and sold her to Steffi, who was unaware it was an illegal adoption. They agreed that Steffi and Hope were horribly hurt by it. Liam called Reese a monster, and Finn agreed. After Finn left, Liam thanked his dad for paying $1 million to save him and was aware of the magnitude of it. Bill insisted it was money well spent and wanted to apologize again for not listening about Luna. Liam said they never had to talk about her again, as she was dead. Bill repeated how he could never repay Dr. Buckingham for saving Liam's life. At the hospital, Grace angrily told someone on the phone to never bother her or her daughters ever again. She tried to compose herself after she hung up, and then looked at some brain scans on the computer, wincing. A lab tech named Christy brought her a file, and Grace snapped at her. She apologized, explaining that she was under a lot of pressure. Grace called one of her daughters and reminded her how much she loved her and her sister. After the call, Grace hesitated momentarily and then looked distressed after deleting Liam's medical history on her computer. Meanwhile, Finn returned to the hospital and called a lab from his office, questioning why he couldn't find anything in the system about Liam's brain scan anymore when he had seen it there earlier. Nick and Brooke strolled through the city streets, eating gelato and enjoying each other's company. They got to the marina, and Nick showed Brooke his speedboat that was moored. He said he just kept it in Naples for special occasions. He asked her if she was up to an adventure on the boat, and Brooke assured him that she was. Nick called Tomas quickly to confirm the boat was ready to go, and it was. Ridge returned to the hotel room and told Eric what happened with Brooke. Eric couldn't believe that Ridge just let Brooke leave with Nick. "Don't do that, Ridge. Time is running out here," he lamented. Eric told his son that he saw Nick at the marina, and he thought Nick might propose while out on his boat. In her office, Grace recalled all of the stages of Liam's brain cancer from when she said he was dying until she supposedly saved him. She was jolted out of her deep thoughts by the sound of the door closing. Finn walked in and told her that he had just checked in on Liam. "He's doing remarkably well," Gray told him. She told him Liam was lucky he made house calls like that, but Finn noted Liam was part of his family, and of course, he would check on him. He added that Liam was also lucky that Bill had $1 million to pay her for the experimental surgery. "What's going on, Grace? I want answers. I want them now," Finn growled. Plus, Finn catches on to Grace's con, the bold and the beautiful key moments for Tuesday, August 5th, 2025, reveal that Hope and Liam have a full circle moment with the Buckinghams. Reese made them think that Beth was gone. Yet, Grace helped nurse Liam back to life. Or, so that's what they think. See today's episode for yourself. Hope visited Liam at Bill's. She wanted to make sure that he was fine after his miracle procedure. The two recalled the time when Reese stole their daughter to pay off his gambling debts. It felt like a full-circle moment for the exes. Reese's ex-wife, Grace, saved Liam's life. Or so it seems. Hope and Liam are eternally grateful to Grace for saving his life. But what will they do when they find out the truth? Grace is up to something, and we can't tell what it is. Back at the hospital, Finn has called her into question. He was concerned about Liam's treatment, especially when it came with a hefty price tag. Grace tried to leave, but Finn told her that she hadn't been herself lately. She was shaken up, and he could tell. Are the Buckinghams messing with Liam and Hope again? This time, they're messing with Liam's health. Finn told Grace that there's no record of Liam's mass or brain bleed. Grace thought she had erased his medical history, but Finn knew how to recover it. After all, those records don't just completely disappear, they remain on the cloud. Finn wondered whether Liam had a brain tumor at all. Grace was left speechless. Finally, she admitted that the people Reese owed his gambling debts to were threatening her and her daughters. Grace broke down as she declared she needed the money. What will Finn do now? Will he keep this secret from Liam? Or will he get Grace to confess since he's a man of his word? The Buckinghams are reopening the trauma wound by conning Liam. This has us wondering why Reese keeps involving Liam and Hope in his horrors. They did nothing to him. Hope and Liam can't win. Hope assumed that Liam was dying from a tumor, and now she's processing the fact that he survived a miracle. Will this new tragedy bring Lope closer together? The thought of Beth dying drove them apart, but now they could finally reconcile their love. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that fans want to know if John Finn Finnegan is a bit too squeaky clean. Should Steffy Forrester's husband be dirtied up a little bit? Is Finn just too good to be true? Ever since Finn came to town, he has been Steffy's hero and extremely loyal to her. Finn is ironically the most noble and level-headed person in his family. Let's face it, Finn's adoptive mother tends to sneak patients out of the hospital and take them home to nurse them back to health. Finn's real mother has been a bit of a lunatic in her time, and his father is nothing but a cheater. Not too long ago, Finn learned that he had a daughter with his adoptive aunt, and his daughter is a murderer. Recently, she tried to get rid of Steffy to have a relationship with Finn. Finn has had opportunities to cheat on Steffy, but he won't consider stepping outside of his marriage to sleep with anyone. Finn's father-in-law, Ridge Forrester, is very funny when it comes to giving Steffi advice about Finn's family. Ridge has tried to get Steffi to leave Finn several times because of his biological family. However, Ridge waffles between two of his ex-wives constantly, proving that Finn is the better man. Ridge doesn't give Finn any benefit of the doubt, even though he rarely speaks to his biological family. Now Finn's mother has actually saved his wife's life. One has to wonder how Ridge is going to accept this. Should Finn take some lessons from his father-in-law when it comes to women and stop being such a gentleman? Finn doesn't necessarily have to cheat. While Steffi is out of town, Finn could do something really wild and dangerous and realize that Lee Finnegan is up to something. Fans know that Lee took a leave of absence from the hospital. Could Finn discover his mother's secret? That she faked his daughter's death and is taking care of her at home? Perhaps Finn will decide to help his mother take care of Luna Nozawa and keep the secret of her survival from Steffi. Could Finn manage to spend some time with his daughter and get to know her while she is won the mend? What would happen if Finn chose to protect his mother and keep his daughter hidden as well? What will happen when the truth comes out? The bold and the beautiful spoilers tease that Luna Nozawa is alive, which means we're wondering if and when her only friend finds out about this. Remy Price has been sympathetic to Luna, despite her deranged nature. Now that Luna remains on screen, will Remy stumble upon Luna, or will he return to his obsession with Elektra Forrester? Elektra and Will Spencer were targeted by Luna, so they think that they are in the clear after her death. If they only knew the truth. Lee Finnegan spirited Luna away after she was declared dead on the operating table. No one else knows this, and Lee wants to keep it that way. You would think that someone might suspect her shenanigans, given that it's not the first time she has done this. But for now, everyone is focused on Liam Spencer's miraculous brain tumor recovery. Nothing stays secret for long in daytime, however, and sooner or later, someone has to find out that Luna survived. Will it be Remy who makes the discovery? Perhaps he is tipped off by something that Sheila Sharp says about not being able to say goodbye to Luna. He may start to suspect something and even follow Lee to her hiding place. Then again, it's just as likely that Remy refocuses his attention on Elektra. It seemed awfully fast for him to just let go of his obsession with her, and we predict that his preoccupation with her could resurface in the coming days. If Elektra becomes a Forrester model, that would put her all over the internet and reignite Remy's passion. We don't know a lot about Remy, so the writers are free to develop just about any storyline for him. People who are as quick to obsess over people rarely move on without one last attempt to gain attention. Will Remy find himself struggling to leave Elektra alone now that he doesn't have Luna to shoot guns with? Let's face it, Elektra and Will could use some excitement these days. A pot stirrer, so to speak. They are young and in love, but young love rarely goes unchallenged on soaps. There are always obstacles, bad guys, and roadblocks that interfere with happily ever afters, and the same is true for Willektra. Explosive, the bold, and the beautiful, spoilers hint that Remy may reappear when fans least expect it. Tell us what you think he does next.